Daylight, my MVVs, welcome.
Yes, so it is said that the big game often appears when the hunter has given up the hunt for the day. Only recently, there was a report making the rounds on social media on that has to do with a prominent first-class traditional ruler from Osun State called Oba Rasheed. Akanbi, yeah, and this you know um this report started making the rounds after His Imperial Majesty, the Ooni of Ife, made mention of the fact that people are encouraging him to go see Oluwo of Iwo again. That the other time he went there, the monarch chased him away like a child, which is very disrespectful, that though he is a younger person on the throne, but because he is an elder statesman, he is handling that with, he's handling it with maturity. Apparently, that was what the great Ooni of Ife was saying. And now, because that issue, people heard it from the mouth of the Ooni of Ife himself. They said people, elder state men of Osun State, decided to come together to see how they can mend their fen, like to see what they can do to try to fix their dispute, because the Oluwo, just like the Ooni of Ife, the Oluwo of Iwo is said to be a very great man, a very great king to his people. Now, in the interest of those who may not know who the Oluwo of Iwo is, Oluwo of Iwo is a paramount ruler of Iwo land. He is His Imperial Majesty Oba Dr. Rasheed Adewale Akanbi. He is energetic. He is a custodian of the people, an urban and charismatic ruler of his people. Oba Akanbi is a reporter's delight, okay? A visit to his palace showed him as a traditional ruler who is receptive to people. He is someone who is not just at home with his subject, but also amenable to everyday's need. His simplicity was demonstrated with vigor and joy as he welcomed certain reporters who got set immediately to take questions on the role of traditional rulers and what they must do to keep the cultural values and properties of the people together for the sake of posterity. Now, I have to do that, give you that information because a lot of people still do not know this Oluwo of Iwo. The Oluwo of Iwo is a king that is loved by his people, just like the Ooni of Ife. Now, in the Yoruba land, it is agreed that the Ooni of Ife is the highest of them all, but this man has a lot of respect. People have been able to respect his judgment and everything about him over the years, and his people love him so much. At least that is what it's alleged, okay? Only recently, Ooni of Ife spoke on what happened between him and the Oluwo of Iwo. They said a lot of people have heard this rumor before, but nobody believed it until it came out of the Ooni of Ife's mouth only recently. And people started wondering why Oluwo of Iwo would behave like that, right? And the traditional rulers, elders from the Iwo land and the ones from Ife land came together in this very short time to see what they can do to mend whatever problems they have, which was never clearly stated. The only thing people knew was that the Oluwo of Iwo is a born-again Christian, and he does not like idol worshippers. And he believed that the Ooni of Ife is encouraging idol worshipping, and he believed that Ooni of Ife is very exposed and educated, that at this time you should be liberating your people rather than putting them, according to the Oluwo of Iwo, taking them back, like relegating them to the back and all of that. So what we are hearing right now, if the information is true as it is rumored, they said they had to try and deal with the differences between the Ooni of Ife and the Oluwo of Iwo, because these are two very big respected kings, okay, in their own degrees or capacity. And they are all promoting the culture and tradition of the Yoruba people, that a lot of Yorubas were very surprised that this was even going on between them, because nobody talked about it. The Ooni of Ife didn't talk about it, and the Oluwo of Iwo did not talk about it, as we are hearing right now. Now, upon having the Oluwo of Iwo talk, as in personally, not granting interview to reporters, because on the mainstream news, we are hearing that the problem they had to do with the fact that he is discouraged by the fact that Ooni of Ife continues to encourage idol worshipping. But when they met one-on-one, they found out that idol worshiping is one of the problem he's got. But of course, people have the right to worship whatever they want to worship. You have no right to tell them what to do. But most importantly, the problem that they say this man has with the Ooni of Ife beyond the idol worshiping happens to be with the way he treated and the way he is treating Olori Naomi. They said the Oluwo of Iwo said that it is very, very wrong by all standards for the Ooni of Ife to put this girl through what the girl has been through. Now, that it is agreed that as a king, you have the right to marry as many wives as possible. And, you go ahead, you have to have this discussion with them. You don't have to make them fight themselves and be cruel towards each other just because you want to be happy and derive whatever you want to derive. And what is paining this man most is that Naomi was very young and naive when Kabiesi brought her into that marriage. And now see the way everything has turned out, that this woman is in a merry-go-round space right now. Ooni of Ife will not let her go, and Ooni of Ife will not let her come in and stay in peace. Now that if Ooni of Ife is marrying all of these many wives, he should let the poor girl go, and so the girl can find somebody who love her out there, and that he is very sure that there are a lot of people out there who want to take this lady in and care for her after all she's been through. But because Kabiesi knows that the moment he drops this lady, somebody is just going to pick the lady immediately, it's the reason why he's not letting go. He's having his life to the fullest. He's enjoying all the beautiful things of life. He is doing everything that he wants to do. As a matter of fact, right now, he's making preparations to bring in new wives into the palace of the Ooni of Ife. And Naomi is just supposed to sit there and watch him because of the boy Tadenikawo and all of that. That it is very, very wrong for you to treat people that way. Now, the Oluwo of Iwo is said to be married to Now, the Oluwo of Iwo, who is said to be married to a Kanu-born princess, okay, of a very prominent royal family in Kanu State, is they said Oba Rasheed is a man who believes in marrying one wife at a time, even though he is a Muslim, and that his first marriage packed up, I think a few years ago, he decided to go marry this princess, and he's been with this princess since that time. That he believes that a woman and a man have a right to come together and negotiate if they are not able to live together, but you cannot force a woman to stay with you, not under the circumstances and not with the kind of things that Olori Naomi is going through. They say Oba Rasheed has also made it very clear that all of these people who are calling them and to talk, that he does not have a right to impose his own belief system on Kabiesi, but they need to know that in life there should be fairness. And all of these people are also leading him astray if they are not telling him the truth, to either let this lady go or to find a way to bring the lady back. That is the right thing and the just thing to do as far as this issue with Queen Naomi is concerned, and that until that is done, he will never ever be able to have any respect for the Ooni of Ife. And they said this is what he said. So basically, it's not just about what do you call being a traditionalist and worshiping idols, they said it has a lot to do with the way he's treating Olori Naomi, that he is encouraging Ooni of Ife to do one thing, not eat his cake and still want to have it. He's encouraging Ooni of Ife to understand that that is somebody's daughter, that the Ooni of Ife should either let that lady go or do the needful to get the lady back if he loves the lady the way he claims. That is Oba Rasheed talking to those who called, and they say this information was transferred to the Ooni of Ife. So it is beginning to look like a lot of people, even though they will not talk, they are very, very pained about the way Naomi has been treated. And this happens to be one example, because as it is rumored that when Ooni of Ife went to Oba Rasheed, that Oba Rasheed drove him like a child. Is that even something you want to talk about for a king of that degree? That's the Ooni of Ife. Oba Rasheed, a smaller king would treat him the way he did. And this is the reason why they said this happened. I'm going to bring you more update. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.